This is the Onion News Network.
CopBlock Radio. It's Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. We're live, hosting this show from Keene in the Shire. Joining me, well, this is Eric J.
I'm Ademo Freeman.
I'm Dio.
Dio!
Yo, what's going on, Dio?
Uncle Dio in the house.
What's happening, fellas?
Love you, Uncle Dio.
So, we do this show live every Wednesday from 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time, and you can check it out at copblock.org. We've got a link on the main page. You can check that out right now, and if you go there, you'll see that there is live video, audio, and a chat room where you can interact with other listeners. You can also dial in and share your stories. CopBlock Radio on Skype, or dial 413-418-COPS. We've got some news stories for you and some big announcements. Before we go anywhere, we've got Alex on the line from Florida. You're first. Go out. Go ahead, Alex.
Alex. Can you hear us now?
Now, he can hear us, so we'll just put you back on mute for a little while and wait until we get that connected. We'll get that sorted out with you. How you doing, Dio?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. I can't wait to hear some of the announcements.
Yeah, let's get right into that. You got some big announcements, right, Ademo?
Well, I don't think it's me. I hope it's us, because I'm trying to get somebody with me. So, and
sure, I just,
all of us. And so I hope there's
good point.
Plans in the future for everyone that's involved in CopBlock. But essentially, maybe before I get into that, I think mentioning that CopBlock just had a birthday and is a milestone. It's 5 years. 2000. Yeah. Woo! Right. CopBlock.org was founded. It was a Tumblr blog at first, and so the first post to CopBlock.org was actually February 22nd-ish. But I just blogged about that today, and so it's 5 years in the making. Who would have ever thought that all these awesome things that go on from the website, the radio show, the offshoots, gear, swag, and support that's happened? It's awesome. Everyone deserves a big round of applause for themselves, and so. Mentioning that, about 2 years ago, I had come up with an idea that I thought would be innovative for a number of reasons, and those I'll touch on. But the idea is CopBlock Protection.
Woo!
Yeah.
What is that?
What is CopBlock Protection? Well, CopBlock Protection would be, hopefully, Derek J. and I, or is, at this moment, Derek J. and I, who will build a team of qualified, what we're calling CopBlock Protection specialists, and they will provide services to individuals who have police interactions that are essentially donating to CopBlock Protection monthly. They could do that in one payment, monthly payment, whatever it might be. And so, for example, for as little as $7 a month, if you ever have a police interaction, a CopBlock.org specialist like myself, or Derek, or Dio there, with his rockin' cop shirt. Look at that. That's the hoodie. I love that one.
You like that, right?
Yeah,
I like that.
I
wanted to try to switch it up tonight, so I tried to wear something different because I'm always wearing the logo shirt. So.
Right, well, I'm glad you did, because I pulled out the logo today.
I know. I got you. I see that.
So if a CopBlock Protection member ever has a police interaction, they will be able to call their CopBlock specialist and tell them the story, and hopefully through the newsletters and the content that is created via CopBlock Protection specialists, they'll be informed and armed with knowledge, the client or member, and they'll have a video or badge numbers or information, and they know what to look for. And so you will compose this information into a blog post. We'll do media pushes, press releases. And for some of the higher levels of memberships, you could even go as far as getting a CopBlock Protection specialist on the ground with you where you live to help you get some transparency and hold people accountable. In a nutshell.
That sounds great. I didn't even know about that last point.
Yeah. The idea here is not just to provide basically an insurance type. Last time I launched this, I did catch some flack about, CopBlock's for profit now, and they're only going to blog about police stories if you pay them. Not the case at all. what we would like to do is essentially this is a glorified donation. I guess I don't know if that's the right term, if I like that term, but you're going to donate, $7, $15, or $50 a month to CopBlock.org, and as a thank you for that donation, we're going to promise to help you if you have a police interaction, and we hope you don't. And if you don't, we will spend your funds to further the cause and the message that badges don't. I mentioned a newsletter that'll be produced every month, a members-only newsletter that will not only provide tips, share stories of the past month, but also be transparent about the bottom line, the funds, what we're doing, and a number of things. And so some of the ideas on the plate right now are to, get a bunch of more CopBlock specialists on board so that they can even assign the daunting task of submissions that come to the website. Further the educational aspect, and possibly even grow our reach through various advertising outlets or media appearances. So making our own content as well, video shows. I got a whole list and a whole Google Drive full of ideas. So
that's very exciting. I want to hear more about it. First, we have a call on the line from area code 307. Caller from the area code 307. You're on CopBlock Radio. Go ahead. Oh, I love that. Keep calling with like babies crying in the background. That's my favorite.
I used to be afraid to get on the radio too.
Yeah, sometimes it's a lot of pressure. We get people who call in and they're like, I'm a little afraid. Plus, it's not exactly clear. This is one of the first times it's been posted to the main page. So, you can call in and chat with us via 413-418-COPS. You don't need to do that to listen. You can just go right to the main page of CopBlock.org, click the video button or the audio up at the top, and you can listen that way. So you don't need to call in via Skype or on our Google Voice line to just listen to the show. You can do that either at lrn.fm or at CopBlock.org. So Dio, your reactions? What's going on in your life?
Just trying to keep police accountable here in the greater Cleveland area, man. We got there's going to be some protests down this weekend down in Columbus and Beaver Creek, and I'm going down to Columbus and Beaver Creek for the protest to Ohio Stands Against Corruption on Saturday, and then at the Beaver Creek Walmart again for John Crawford with Virgil and Mika and those boys out there.
Tell me what's going on with that. That's Op John Crawford, right? And there's some people who... Are they protesting at the Walmart or at the police station? I wasn't exactly clear.
I think, from what I understand, and Mika has more of the itinerary, but from what I understand, it's actually at the Walmart.
Okay. Yeah, that was strange. I know there was some controversy about that. Some people were saying they should be at the police station.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also an argument going on between people right now about whether or not, protesters should be trying to affect private business and stuff like that. I mean, instead of, I've always been of the effect that, yeah, it should be.
Action happened in the Walmart, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's
not like they're, no.
Walmart.
No, it's not like, I'm not saying that it's like they're randomly picked out. Yeah.
I mean,
this is the case.
They're responding to a call.
This was the case where the guy had the BB gun, right?
Yeah, he was holding a BB gun in the Walmart.
The cops
wasn't pointing at anyone, but somebody called the cops and said there is a guy he's pointing a gun at people. Now that guy, I think he should face some kind of penalties. That's the crime.
He should definitely face some.
Yeah, is anyone talking about this guy?
Yeah. Well, some people are, but it's not really topic of discussion on top. It's like one of the sub discussions that goes on with that.
He's the main.
But he should definitely.
I mean, you call the police.
Yeah, he made it. He like
come and kill people.
Right, but I don't think it's totally out of line to utilize.
He told them he was waving the gun around and pointing at the kids and shit like that. So like that. You don't make that shit up. You don't tell police that.
Right, so he lied to the police. Is he going to face any consequences for that? I mean, yeah, the police are responsible for shooting and killing the guy, but he also called those gangs.
So far.
All right, let's put him on the hot seat. This is CopBlock Radio. You can call in.
Ronald Richie.
413-418-COPS. That's 2677. Or Skype us, you'll sound better that way. CopBlock Radio. We'll be right back.
nothing compares to a good cup of coffee. But if you're getting your coffee from the store, you're likely not getting a good cup of coffee. Free Talk Live's teamed up with BuzzBox to bring you a free pound of the best coffee, shade-grown, organic, top 1% grade Arabica. But what's different is that for every 10 people that get coffee through our link, coffee.freetalklive.com, we can give another microloan through Kiva. When the loan's paid, we lend the money again. Help others, one cup at a time, coffee.freetalklive.com.
Are you getting squeezed by the economic downturn? Hey, you were doing fine. Then, all of a sudden, you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you were downsized or even lost a job, but you still owe 10 grand or more in credit card bills. And you just can't afford the minimum payments anymore. We're here to help. We are the Genesis Debt Partners. We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors. Make a free 10-minute call right now and learn how we can help you get out of debt. 800-981-7590. If you owe 10 grand or more in credit card debt and you want to learn how you can pay less and get out of debt faster, call right now. 800-981-7590. 800-981-7590. Get out of debt now. 800-981-7590.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to...
Check. Hey, can you hear me, Ademo?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, we just did a test call, and it works. So if you call in 413-418-COPS, you can get on the line just like Ademo did.
Volunteers who provide first aid. We do outreach to the public about health and safety, and we bring together medically skilled freedom lovers. Free Aid is made possible by your generous support. Donors can receive great gifts like first aid kits, t-shirts, silver dime cards, and hoodies. The Free Aid Silver Dime Card Project is sponsored in part by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage, Freedom's Phoenix, and Don't Tread on Meme. Visit fr338.com.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website, fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and...
Hey, this is Derek J. 401, you're on. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, am I good?
Yeah, what's your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, Michael Freeman. I'm in Bristol, Rhode Island.
Cool, man. All right, we'll put you on in a sec. Stand by.
All right.
As in Creative Commons.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Welcome back. This is CopBlock Radio, and we are live this Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. We'll be taking your calls 413-418-COPS, or Skype us, you'll sound better that way, CopBlock Radio. This is Derek J.
I'm Ademo Freeman. And Dio is over there sleeping.
But he'll also take your calls. And first up, we've got Michael Freeman.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from again?
Bristol, Rhode Island.
Rock on, man. So tell me what's on your mind.
Well, I've been trying to call in for weeks now. Like, for whatever reason, every inconvenient time that I try to call, there's got to be a technical difficulty, which is just how it how it usually goes for me, right?
Some
but
guys
yeah,
get all the good luck.
I wanted to touch on what Ademo was. I have a few things, but what Ademo was saying earlier about this operation you guys are trying to get going through CopBlock.
CopBlock Protection.
I forget the exact term you used, but it sounded like an employee kind of deal. The representatives who are, expert CopBlockers or whatever.
CopBlock specialists, yeah.
Specialists. There we go. Cool. So yeah, what it sounds like to me, and don't take this the wrong way, CopBlock's the shit. I have your guys, merchandise, and I'm a big fan of Metri Vault and all, but it sounds like what you're implying here is that I'm going to come work for you, but I have to donate in order to do so?
No, not at all. You would, I don't know why you would think, maybe I wasn't clear about, why would you think
That's a great question. Why don't we clear that up?
But I'm confused on how we came to the conclusion. Basically, there would be members who are going to pay, at a minimum $7 a month. Then there's a team that Derek and I will assemble that will provide services to those members.
Oh, to those members?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying that,
no, I'm glad you brought it up.
Let's say me, for example. I thought you were saying that I would be the one who would go be that specialist, but I would have to donate.
No, no way. That would be...
We could.
Right. Okay. I know you guys do free markets. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, essentially...
Ademo, correct me.
Go ahead, Dio.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it's more like, we can, for one thing, we can train you how to do it without getting arrested guidance and that type of thing or whatnot. And then, we could also make sure that your story is written in a way that gets it national attention. That's all.
Well, yes and no. Ideally, if you have a police interaction, then yes, there would be service here. Of course, we would like to have all the members have as much knowledge and skills as possible. So through the website itself or the members-only newsletter, I hope to tell them about Bamboozer and live streaming apps and maybe ways to ask cops questions during a traffic stop that might, diffuse or de-escalate a situation. So we definitely want everyone to have as much knowledge as possible, whether they're a member or not, to be honest. But basically, the services provided are the secondary aspect. The first aspect is that, hey, you like CopBlock.org, you believe that badges don't grant extra rights, and you think that Derek and I would do a good job, furthering that message. And as a bonus for that commitment donation, we will provide the services that we are going to do at CopBlock.org for you if you have a police interaction. Is it in a nutshell?
Yeah, man, that sounds freaking great. Sorry, I shouldn't tell RN, I can't.
You can curse. That sounds great. We are after hours on LRN, so let your expletives fly.
Fucking hell.
All right, fine, Derek. All right, well, that sounds fucking outstanding, right? I totally misunderstood, and I apologize for that. I'm basically the only cop blocker in the state of Rhode Island, so if you guys need a specialist in my area, let me know.
Well, that's the beauty of this, too, is that if... that's the beauty of this plan is that, Derek and I obviously can't be everywhere at once. And so there's such a vast network of cop blockers out there like yourself in Rhode Island. And so if a story would pop up that would, need some on-the-ground attention, we fully intend to reach out to people. And not just, right now we do. We get emails and we try to reach out to people that help other people. But it's much more difficult when it's hey, can you, as a favor, drive across your state, interview this guy, spend 5 hours editing a video or producing a story, and get back to me. I can't really blame people when they say I ain't got the time. But if you could say, hey, I got some incentive, I could cover your expenses, I can give you some money, this is a service that is provided, then it's a much different story. And I believe that it's a win-win-win situation. And as those of us who believe in the free market know, win-win-win situations normally provide good results.
What are you guys thinking about as a means of dissemination? How are you going to, let's say, I don't know, Derek's one of the specialists in Keene, and you need to reach out to him. How are you going to get this information to him?
Well, it's 2015. We should be able to utilize many avenues of communication and the ability to share information.
Oh, I fully agree, and I know up there you guys have things like Keene 411, etc.
Right. Well, this will be larger, and you must understand.
Facebook's not going to cut it.
Sure. This will be much larger than any area, though I believe that if any certain person wants to do this more locally, they could probably expand themselves into some other services that are more useful for people that are closer. When we launch this, and the launch date for CopBlock Protection is 1 week from today, next Wednesday, and when we launch it, you'll see that the majority of the services are social networking and social media skills, blog posts, call floods, graphics, memes that can be made. The goal, as it says in the mission statement, is to win in the court of public opinion. We're not promising anyone legal advice. We're not promising to get you through a trial or off of these charges. We're merely saying that if somebody is arrested or traumatized by police in any fashion, they have to stop their whole lives and make a website, and then they have to promote it, and then they have to make their own social networks. These things exist here, and instead of having that stress and having to worry about that as well as your day-to-day stuff and deal with this experience, you can just say, hey, Derek, I'm a member, been a member for a year, had this interaction, here's all this information, let me know when you're good or if you need anything else from me. And they go about their lives, and we sit there and tell the story for them,
You're really not lying. I'm going through the, I don't get ahead of myself, but I'm like a upcoming liberty media activist. Oh, I'm activist in a lot of other ways, but I actually just had Derek on my new show that I just launched, the Abolishing Authority with Michael Freeman, this past Tuesday, and you're right about the headache. It's launching a website and a show and then transferring that into podcasts and this whole thing.
Branding it and building it, right?
Yeah. The networking alone makes me. I just shaved my head yesterday because of stress, to be quite honest. And, yeah.
So why are you giving us shit then?
No, I fully understand.
Yeah, so I have like one or two others, and that sounds great. I hope I'm friends with all you clowns on Facebook and all the media, so please keep me linked in. I'm really interested in that.
I love you too.
Check it out at CopBlock.org in about a week. But go ahead, your last point.
Sure. Ademo, earlier today you made a little Facebook thread about, what should CopBlock do? Like what should we make maybe for new content or products, whatever.
For myself, but
yeah, no, it was your personal post, right? I had a few ideas, like I have a 100-pound bulldog, and I can't wear black clothes at home, and the only CopBlock gear that I have is black, right? So I can put it on for an hour when I leave, but when I come home, it has to come off immediately. So.
Somebody wants some white T-shirts.
Alternative colors would be cool.
That's a great suggestion. Hey, Michael, thanks so much for the call. 413-418-COPS gets you on the air, just like Michael. Or you'll sound better if you connect via Skype. Our username is CopBlock Radio. We'll be right back.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot.
No, this is a new guy. He's going to connect over Skype, and he wasn't quite sure how his connection is going to sound, so we'll test it. Hey, Mike, this is Derek J. from CopBlock Radio. We're on a commercial break at the moment. Can we do a quick audio test?
Absolutely.
Oh, you sound fantastic. Okay, great. We've got no problems here. So, where are you calling from, Mike?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, sounds great. Thanks for calling in, and we'll play some commercials, and we'll put you on in 3 minutes.
Sounds good.
Stand by.
For talk radio online and on the air.
Hey, you guys, do that thing again when we come back. I'm ready. I was muted because we were on break.
And getting
do what thing again, Dio?
The Derek Ademo Dio thing,
Oh, you were muted on your end?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. We'll do it again.
Okay.
We're getting good practice with it.
I know.
With
It'll be second nature.
FM has partnered with Amaji Metals to bring you great prices on beautiful .999 fine silver, as well as gold, platinum, and other metals. Check out their selection.
I thought you were going to call me today.
Oh, did I say I was going to?
I don't know, but we should talk after the show or something if you want, real fast.
You guys are live on YouTube, so this will be
okay.
Yeah.
Because I did some CopBlock store research, so.
Yep.
Word up. It's good info.
Worms.
But all right.
Worms.
Covering our own Jim Haggerty's kidney stone removal surgery, and his surgery is now just minutes away. So, Dr. Atka, tell us what precautions we would take to prevent us from...
Always stay hydrated. Water helps the kidneys break the stuff down.
Hear that, Jim? More water.
What?
More water. Maybe we should replace your
Let me
car.
go grab a drink real quick.
All right.
That's a camera they're going to use to film the whole surgery from inside Jim's
Yes, that's
body,
going to
right?
be pushed into Jim's urethra as well. Now, normally they wouldn't do this. This is purely for the benefit of us watching it on TV.
All right, stick with us because first he's going to pop into the children's ward to cheer up some youngsters suffering from terminal illnesses.
This is the Onion News Network. Instead of just listening, you can also watch. See the Liberty Radio Network's key New Hampshire-based live shows via our studio cam at cam.lrn.fm. Plus, you'll still be able to listen to the Liberty Radio Network via the cam feed in high quality 24/7, even when there's no live show being produced in our Keene studio. But wait, there's more. Our chat room is built into the cam page so you can interact with other listeners online. Listen, watch, and chat, all free at cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
What if the key to achieving liberty in your lifetime was to move together with others who think like you? Liberty activists are joining the Free State Project, which is over 70% of the way to its goal of 20,000 participants. And they're already making the move to New Hampshire. The successes are piling up and are proving the Free State Project is a real movement and no longer just a great idea. When you're planning your move, consider Keene. Keene is famous for its civil disobedience and non-cooperation, and there's plenty of political opportunity as well. From demonstrations and vigils to outreach and volunteering, there's a lot going on in Keene. Keene is the Liberty media capital of the world, with television, talk radio, and more, all originating here. Though it's more than just activism, with regular social events each week. See what's happening at freekeene.com and get connected with video, audio, free books, a forum, and activist tools you can download and use in your area at freekeene.com. That's freekeene.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for
All right, caller, we're going to go live.
Graphics and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You still there? CopBlock Radio, welcome back. This is a show you can call in and share your stories. Ask Ademo questions. He is the founder of CopBlock.org. 413-418-COPS gets you on the air. You can also send a Skype contact request to username CopBlock Radio. You do that, it'll be accepted, and then just send me a little chat. I'm over here on the Skypes, and I'll put you on the air. I am Derek J. Oh, to my left we have
Ademo
and
Dio.
Rock on, man. And we've got a caller who dialed in. We've got Mike from Charlotte, North Carolina. Mike from Charlotte, North Carolina, you are on CopBlock Radio. Go ahead with your thoughts. Mike going once. Mike going twice. All right, tell you what, we're going to hold the line there, Mike, for you. And we're going to go right to a story that I have prepared, which is court weighs if officer should be charged in canine attack. Did you guys hear about this story?
The police dog's bite has made its way all the way to Georgia's highest court.
Take a listen.
Channel 2's Erica Byfield is live outside DeKalb Police headquarters. She has the specific reason the dog's handler is trying to avoid a trial. Erica?
Hey, Jarita, this is the dog's handler. This is the DeKalb County police officer, and since Channel 2 Action News at 4, I've learned that the pair have worked together for about 6 years. So even though you at home might have a dog, and if your dog bit someone, you could possibly go to trial, DeKalb County thinks that this officer shouldn't. Andor is known for his DeKalb County police work. When you see him, Officer Lynn Eshelman is typically at his side. In 2011, he got away from her for a few seconds in Eshelman's Walton County neighborhood and bit a child.
She always keeps it on a leash. I've never
You're
seen
laughing at Amo?
But apparently it did get off.
She let it get away. Like, she's supposed to be a canine dog, and like they're supposed to be the most trained, obedient dogs they've got.
Injuries. DeKalb County disagreed.
And shortly after this, the person who intervened was arrested for attacking a police dog.
Official immunity. The question is, does her status as an officer keep her from being responsible for what happened since Andor is
Of course it does.
Supposed to
Now that you have to laugh at.
To go to trial in the first place.
We have these code sections for a reason, so that
folks like Chandler, children like Chandler, don't get attacked.
We noticed a sign on Eshelman's front door. It says, "Keep out, dog on property." Some of her neighbors think the law should apply to her just like it applies to them.
Everyone should take care of their pets. You know, it was an accident. If she didn't latch the door and it got out, it was still an accident, but it still happened.
Police dog or otherwise, it's the pet owner's responsibility to take care of their pet.
Amen. This lady knows what's up.
Right.
We went by the child's family's home. Nobody answered the door when we knocked and we rang the doorbell. We expect to have a ruling from the justices in about 6 months. In DeKalb County, Eric Byfield, Channel 2 Action News.
First of
I thought that was a crazy story. You know, I saw that posted to the CopBlock Facebook page, and you just can't make it all. So
this is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So canine dogs, like, first, I love pointing out the fact that those dogs would probably be really nice, peaceful, loving family pets if they just weren't unlucky enough to get sent to a police department, trained to be vicious, like, whatever. I can't blame the dog for wanting to run away. And really funny that this officer who has this, like, Uber-trained dog, mind you, paid for by tax dollars, not even her own. It's not like she, like, bought this, like, Uber dog and, like, whatever. If she had, she probably would have taken more care of it because it'd be her own money and time that she invested into training it, and she'd probably watch it a little better, or it would have a better relationship with her. Instead, this dog's like, "Peace, I'm out. I don't want to be with you," and then creates problems, right?
I think it's just sick that some people, anyone, police or private citizens, train dogs to maul people. It just doesn't seem like what you would want to do with man's best friend. Anyway, we got a caller on the line, Corn Pops. I don't know.
Pops. They sound delicious.
Where are you calling from? Go ahead, Corn
Can you hear
Pops.
us
Get
now?
your microphone ready. Here we go. We're talking on the radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Joseph. I'm from Arizona.
Hey, Joseph.
I'm jealous, Joseph, because we got like a foot of snow or more here just the other day, and I bet you don't even know what that's like.
Oh, yeah, I actually wish I lived up there to actually see snow like it is snowing up there right now. But, yeah, I'm in the warm state of Arizona. It's not too cold right now. It's the winter time, but...
So are you a cop blocker down there? Are you set up with any chapters? You hold a camera to the cops?
As of right now, I haven't got to that stage yet. Of meeting up with other cop blockers, but I've started to notice here in Gilbert. If you don't know, Gilbert Police is Arizona in this city. It says it's the most safest city in the United States.
Is that true?
So,
you got a police
I don't know.
department, right?
That's what I read online. But if you actually, I'm gonna Google it real fast, but I'm pretty sure it does say Gilbert is one of the safest cities in America.
I think I've heard the name Gilbert before, and I think there's even been some blogs done about it at CopBlock, but I can't think of them offhand. I'll do a search here quick. But what was going on in Gilbert?
Okay, so just around Gilbert area, I seem to be some sort of type of harassment from the cops lately, and it's been going on.
You're facing
actually,
harassment. They're harassing you.
Yes. Well, let me just explain about what's been going on. So, the cops have been following me. Literally, just yesterday this happened. I went into my friend's neighborhood, and I just pulled in. I passed the cop. He's sitting in the neighborhood for some reason. I pick up my friend, and we leave. As soon as we're leaving the neighborhood, a cop just started following us all the way out of the neighborhood and all the way until I got into my driveway. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why
was this
is
like
this cop?
a 1 block or 1 mile? Just curiosity. I'm not trying to...
It was probably not even... it was probably like at least a good mile.
Okay.
Down the road. She just kept being on my ass for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, so you're tailgating you as well.
Yeah, so it just seems to be in Gilbert that I don't know if you guys are aware of these harsh DUI laws that have been going on now in Arizona, and this recent bill that they've been trying to pass that says if anything is in your system whatsoever and then you get arrested for a DUI, they immediately go for your blood. If there's anything in your blood, they immediately give you a DUI.
I heard about that. Crazy.
That is insane.
I know they go up your ass in New Mexico for.
I say that's very illegal, and especially when they go for your personal self. You're going for your blood. Like, you can't say no. If you say no, you're
It's an
arrested.
automatic failing. They take your driving
yeah.
privileges away. Privileges, which is another thing, but. So
Yeah.
do you have any idea why the office, like, have you filmed the cops before and so they're following you? Did you, like, you know, I'm not trying to give a justification for their actions. I was just wondering if you can pinpoint why you are facing such special treatment. You know, did you pay them double than what they were supposed to? Did you, like, submit twice as many taxes to them so then they're getting twice as much service, or?
Yeah, man, I don't know, but it just seems like
You're baffled. You have no
us
idea?
teenagers are just, they're trying to pin something on us. They're following us teenagers.
It's more likely he forgot to pay a bill.
That makes
they
someone a
do
target.
go after teenagers. They're going after teenagers every day in this town, and
Yeah.
they're ruining their lives.
Absolutely, you're an easy target. As a young person, you're an easy pushover for a person in authority.
Do you have a cell phone that's able to shoot video, record video?
Yeah, actually, my phone would be the perfect device for that.
And is it a smartphone?
I always would, if I had a chance to actually, for now on, at least, if I were to ever encounter a cop or ever get pulled over, I would always record, because I know that definitely is going to protect your rights, and it's going to protect you. But what they do and what you do and what they say is way different than what actually happened.
And real quick before we go to break, don't wait until they pull you over. If you're facing harassment like this and they're tailgating you, start recording them then. If you got a smartphone, look at bamboozer.com and get that live streaming app out there so that you can be the most protected.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for your help, guys.
If there was a place that liberty-minded people had been elected to political positions.
Hey, thank you so much for calling in with that question. I really appreciate it, and call in again anytime.
All right, thank you.
Stay safe out there.
You too.
All right, next up I'm going to be connecting with Mike in Charlotte, North Carolina. He had some problems during our last connection. Let's test and see if he's doing okay now.
Since time
Hello.
began.
Hey, Mike, we can hear you. Are you able to stand by?
Absolutely.
No, what was
Can
the
you hear
issue
me?
before? Yeah, we weren't hearing you when we introduced you. What was going on there?
I'm not sure. I'm on a crappy Windows phone, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was just that. So I appreciate you standing by and calling back in. Thank you for your persistence. We have a 4-minute break, of which there are only 3 minutes left. So please stand by.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can you not, when you do go live, can you actually not use my first and last name?
Yeah, I would never use your last name.
Okay. Don't even use my first name. And
Well, we're already
you can say-
broadcasting on YouTube, so the internet knows your Mike in Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
They already know that.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying because I'm actually with my wife right now, and we're gonna be calling out a particular officer.
You know what I could do? I'm doing a gay sex show on another channel, so I want to have a voice changer effect. So maybe you could call in as someone else. You're not Mike in North Carolina.
No.
I'll put a voice changer effect on you.
It's no.
Don't
it's
get
fine,
all
it's
weirded
fine.
out. Yeah. So what?
It's okay.
Oh, I know it's okay. Okay.
I'll put a little reverb on you.
No, seriously. Wow. No, it's all right, guys. I was just saying, we have some first-hand experiences.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty big, and also Charlotte just 2 days ago okayed a $7 million project through taxpayer money for body cameras, which obviously that doesn't mean shit because they're just gonna turn them off when it's convenient.
Well, all right. Let's talk about it. Please stand by.
All right.
About other sources. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
The Shire Free Church offers a sanctuary to those seeking an escape from state churches.
The Shire Free Church is an
What am I missing?
diverse group of people that may not share identical theological
Are you in the
beliefs.
chat room, Dio?
No.
Or minister of the
Then you're
Shire
missing
Free
everything.
Church. You are
Okay.
We're laughing at stuff in the chat room.
Okay.
Somebody said, they quoted Derek, I'm doing a gay sex show. And then someone else said, I thought this was CopBlock Radio, not CopBlock Radio.
Shire Free Church and its members is peace,
love, and liberty. There are many paths to God, one for every individual.
Shire Free Church does not define a specific path beyond those parameters that must be your foundation.
Peace as your way.
Love as your guide.
and liberty as your light.
Learn more at church.shiresociety.com.
That's church.shiresociety.com.
You know, actually,
This is
We're
the
back.
Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at lrn.fm.
CopBlock Radio, welcome back. Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. We do this every Wednesday from 10 to midnight Eastern. Derek J. here with you.
And Ademo Freeman.
and Dio.
Uncle Dio.
And we got Mike on the line from Charlotte. What's going on, Mike?
Hey guys, just wanted to ask you one little question. If you haven't already heard, the last 2 days, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg government has approved a $7 million taxpayer-funded project on cops wearing cameras. And we all know how that goes, and I'm just kind of curious, what are your thoughts on that?
Dio, what are your thoughts on cops wearing cameras?
I believe that, they can turn off the dash cams, they'll turn off the body cams. It's as simple as that. You don't make it a crime for them to do so and somebody dies. There's no point. We're the ones who need the cameras.
I'm not totally against it. I think, like Dio mentioned, well, I guess I am in a way against it. Like I'm not for a bunch of people having money taken from them to fund these guys as cameras. But if that's happening anyways, then would I rather have them buy cameras or AR-15s? Well, I'm going to go with cameras. And, yes, they can shut them off, and yes, they control what and where the footage goes. But we have seen, like in the case, I believe that's in New Mexico, where they shot that homeless guy on the mountain range on the mountain
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, yes. But
Yes.
those guys are actually being charged with a crime, and those guys were wearing body cameras. And so, sure, there will probably be more times that the footage will disappear, or oops, it was just so happened to be off at that time when I killed somebody. But even if it's one time that it's actually on, or there have been videos taken by dash cams or audios that are going through the filing process, and somebody on the inside of the police station has a conscience and leaks that stuff. There has been cases. Now I'm saying that it's not as often as it should be, and it's not a guarantee. But providing officers with such equipment, though, is a bad idea as far as liberty and freedom, and the idea that taxing somebody for the purchase of these things is bad. I still feel that it's better than them having Bearcats, AR-15s, and SWAT gear, and it will, for the most part, could provide a loophole where some egregious actions are seen. I think there's a lot to be said about a video that comes from a cop that was taped to his body and shows egregious actions than it is a cop blocker, because the first thing when a cop block or a police accountability type person posts a video, you hate the police. You were here instigating. What happened before the video? The questions. When it's the cop's video, you end all that argument to begin with.
I just to expound a little bit that it's like, I mean, the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. You want to give them cameras, that's great, but I'm still going to keep my own objective records. Sorry if I don't trust them.
Oh, you definitely shouldn't rely on them, but
Yeah,
You have
for
any
sure.
additional
The
thoughts, caller?
thing is, people these days, they think that, like, they hear that, like, people are going to get, police are going to get body cameras. They consider that to be like the be-all, end-all solution. That's not it.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The caller got any more questions or comments? Did we lose our caller?
Not so much, but what should we do about it though? That's the thing. Like,
well, what do you
they're
mean?
going to do it no matter what. But what I'm asking is, what the fuck are we supposed to do about it?
Like I don't know what you mean by do about it. Do you want to stop the cammers? Do you want to have a suggestion?
Well, I mean, obviously, and I'm personally, I
don't want the
really
cops to
believe
have
in a by the books democratic action. Obviously, we're being stripped of our rights, and I'm just kind of curious, like, what y'all think about what we should do as a people.
Well, I are you talking about with the police in general, or do you mean with your issue?
In general, not just the police, but the military, just the government as a whole. When
I don't want to jump the whole
obviously
segment.
Everything is being taken away from us. What should we do?
And
this is a hypothetical.
Well, yeah. So let me just jump in here and say, like, when I hear the term "we" be used, I'm always it always like sends a little chill up my spine because people have all kinds of different definitions and who they include in "we." So I always like to take personal responsibility for my actions, and we're all individual. We are all individuals, right? And so just take personal responsibility for what's going on in your world, in your life, where you are, Mike. So, that's what I would say is the solution is do what you can where you are. That will inspire others who are around you who see what you're doing. If they're good people, they're going to keep doing what you're doing. And, you can one great thing to do is hold a video camera and publish it. Bring it to CopBlock. Publish it on your own pages. Ademo mentioned a great app called Bamboozer. If you download it, it's a free live streaming app, and it connects with your Facebook. So if you're in an emergency situation, a cop is following you like the previous caller, you can just start live streaming, and all your friends are going to know about it. They're going to be able to tune right in on Facebook, and they can chat with you live.
What if you don't have Facebook? How do you feel about Waze?
I love Waze.
Love Waze, yeah.
How do you feel about Google and the FBI going hand in hand and trying to take that?
I don't think they're going to do it. I mean, Google has a history of not complying.
Google has a history of starting up that NSA. They had a lot to do with that. We all know that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with the statement that Google has a history of not complying. They definitely will build back doors in.
They've got both. But I mean, no, because I have to say this. The cops are all upset because their encryption on Android phones, which is a Google product, is pissing off the authorities. They want access to it. And Google's like, no, our customers want privacy. Sorry.
They have I mean, as far as the cops have just as much access to it as we do. When I go out and film a checkpoint or I try to go block a checkpoint, I input that information into Waze, and like 5 minutes after I input it, someone has taken it out. So it's not, that's not like other Wazers taking it out. That's the cops going in there and going, hey, dude's down the street, let me go into Waze and see if he put the post and let me take it out.
I just did an interview with a reporter from CNN today about Waze and this whole actual topic. And I think Waze is great. I think the cops' reasoning for wanting to stop it is egregious. It's an overreaction. It's like it's the what about the kids? Only it's what about our safety argument. And like I told the CNN reporter today, let's just say, and Dio, I can tie this into your little cheeseburger analogy too. Let's just say that knowing where the police are increases their risk, right? Like they say that without saying how much, and like there is a percentage. A mathematician, I have a history based in poker. There's probabilities here, and there's a mathematical equation that would figure this out. And I believe that if someone smarter than me did, it's not very much. It's not going to be like, oh, now that they know where we are, because like Waze has been around for several years, and Google recently bought it out about a year or two ago for a lot of money.
Yeah, 1 year ago for $966 million.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of money. So they're not just going to let this go. And and that's the point I wanted to make about Google. Like, I think they do bow down to the man, but and with all businesses, at some point, the demand or the overall good of the customer, or excuse me, business like Google, to maintain its its structure, its longevity is going to have to answer to the customers, not to the government. And so in this case, they know that they will lose
You
ways.
realize Julian Assange has made a statement about Google and how Google is, certainly on all accounts, in the bed with the government.
Every businesses, every corporation, even your local bakery on the corner is in bed with the government.
Support Google, but at the same time, I mean, by default, obviously, you're supporting, the man. I don't want to say it like that.
Yeah, but they have to. I mean, in order to serve millions of billions of people around the world, they have to comply with what the government does. Otherwise, they'd be shut down and they'd be out of business.
I was going to say Google isn't only cooperating with the United States government.
What about all kinds of different peer-to-peer networking? What about IRC channels?
I'm for it. That stuff's great. We should build some alternatives. There's like a company called MaidSafe that's working on an alternative internet. I mean, that's a really cool idea. It's a distributed network rather than having it all through channels that the government could shut down at will.
Yeah, I think those are definitely things. Before we got slightly sidetracked, is that at some point the government's demands and what the customer demands are going to conflict with one another. And this is maybe one of the first inclinations that this is coming, because Waze and people at Google know that if they lose this feature, if they remove the ability to post where police are, that they will lose a lot of their subscribers. They will lose the 6-7 million people that have downloaded this app. They will lose revenue, and they will lose the $966 million they've put into this thing. And so, yes, they've bowed down in the past. Yes, they may bow down again, but ultimately every business is going to come to a point where it has to make a decision: provide the service that my customers want, or bow down to the government. And we're only getting to the early stages of this.
Final thoughts, caller. You've got the last 30 seconds.
Isn't 969 thoughts a little better than 9,000 problems?
In a nutshell, I guess.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Calling in again anytime. You can call in like Mike did by sending us a Skype contact request to CopBlock Radio or dial 413-418-COPS. Got second hour coming up.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join.
What was that, Dio? Oh, you weren't saying anything?
None.
All right. Stand by. Hey.
Nope. One saying no.
Derek J. Test. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
All right, excellent. We are connected. We will be back in 7 minutes. So are you able to stand by?
Good deal.
Okay, excellent. I'll just redial into you in a few minutes. Is this cool?
That'll
All right.
work.
Rad.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Are you a political activist who does things that the government might not like? Then this free ebook may save your life. Rats is your guide to protecting yourself against snitches, informers, informants, agents provocateurs, narcs, finks, and similar vermin. Rats was written by OG libertarian Claire Wolfe. Rats is a short book, easy to read, and available free in many formats. Download Rats free at rats-nosnitch.com. That's rats-nosnitch.com.
More CopBlock Radio is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates, online at thelibertybeat.com. I'm Brian Hagan with your Liberty Beat for Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. Gold is trading at $1,291. Silver at $18.08. And Bitcoin is trading around $256. Today's Bitcoin price brought to you by ExpressCoin, the fastest, most reliable way to buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin today at expresscoin.com. Extreme weather, from droughts lasting for weeks and torrential rainstorms robbing the country of vital crops for food, to snowstorms of 70 inches plus, stopping cities in their tracks. Supporting your family through these difficult times is what eFoods Direct does. Go to efoodsdirect.com/LibertyBeat or call 800-620-5520 to learn more about food security in a time of crisis. In the news, a Detroit jury has found open carry activist Elijah Woody not guilty of felony concealed carry in a case that Detroit police described as open and shut. They claim to have dash cam footage proving that Woody had a handgun concealed beneath a puffy coat that police described as tucked behind the weapon, but also flopped over the top as well. Kirsten Tynan is the executive director of the Fully Informed Jury Association.
Mr. Woody was very clear in expressing his innocence, and I wouldn't just take law enforcement at their word when they claim this is an open and shut case. I don't think we can chalk this up as a win by jury nullification based on the information we have right now, but it is clearly a case of jurors doing justice. They protected a peaceful citizen from being sent to prison, essentially by the fashion police, for an allegedly excessively puffy coat.
If convicted, Woody would have faced up to 5 years in prison, as well as potentially losing legal recognition of his right to keep and bear arms. The author of the best-selling book about Twitter is currently at work on an investigative book about the now-defunct Silk Road Deep Web website. New York Times columnist Nick Bilton has a deal with Portfolio for a detailed narrative. The Associated Press reports the book is currently untitled and no publication date has been set. According to Portfolio, 20th Century Fox has acquired rights to a Silk Road film based in part on Bilton's book. The accused creator of the Silk Road, Ross Ulbricht, is currently on trial in New York City in connection with the black market aspects of the website. The Liberty Beat's on-site Silk Road trial coverage comes from the Free State Project, where thousands of liberty-loving activists are moving to New Hampshire, including Ross Ulbricht's mother, Lynn. Get 101 reasons to move into an amazing and growing community of awesome libertarians and voluntarists at freestateproject.org. The Liberty Beat is also sponsored by Justice Ranvier's Bitcoinism.LibertyMe. Thoughts on Bitcoin and the future digital economy. Check out the blog at Bitcoinism.LibertyMe. This is the Liberty Beat for Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. Check out the website at thelibertybeat.com. On Monday, a 6th grade student in Yemen was killed by a U.S. drone strike. The National Organization for Drone Victims said Mohammed Taiman, who was between 11 and 13 years old, was one of 3 people killed in the strike. Mohammed's father and older brother had also been killed by a drone strike in 2011. Authorities claim that 3 male members of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula had been killed. Reuters reported that the boy was a militant, but NODV says he was just a normal kid. A 17-year-old teenager was shot dead by Longview police in Texas after allegedly brandishing a weapon. On Thursday evening, Christiana Coignard was at the Longview police station when officers say she came at them with a weapon. 3 officers and other witnesses were present. The officers did not use a taser or other less-than-lethal methods, but rather shot the unarmed teenager dead. No weapon has been produced, and police have yet to release audio or video from the lobby cameras. The activist collective Anonymous has released a video calling for protesters to stand up to lethal force on children. For more on this story, visit theantimedia.org. Today's broadcast of the Liberty Beat is made possible by Midas Resources Incorporated, helping clients convert their paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver. Get their 10 Reasons book free by calling 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237. Support also comes from Central Texas Gunworks, your online source for firearms, firearm accessories, and ammunition. They take major credit cards and now accept Bitcoin. Visit them online at shop.centraltexasgunworks.com. This is the Liberty Beat for Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. Check out the website at thelibertybeat.com. I'm Brian Hagan reporting, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
A local man treats his girlfriend to a sumptuous 20-second massage, and an area desk doesn't mind if people sit on it like a chair every once in a while. This is the Onion Week in Review. Following months of anticipation and global fanfare, the royal baby was finally born this week. Sources close to the royal family say the newborn prince spent his first days crawling around Buckingham Palace, eating his first meal, and even speaking his first words. The Onion has obtained this exclusive audio clip. In other news, a man's annual 6-sentence conversation with his cousin goes smoothly.
Hey, Caleb, you on? Can we hear you?
I am.
Check, check. All right, you sound good. We'll put you on in just a moment.
Derek.
Yes.
Derek.
Welcome back. This is hour number 2 of CopBlock Radio. It's Wednesday, January 28th, 2015. We're live this 11 p.m. here in Keene, New Hampshire, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world!
Yeah!
I'm Derek J.
I'm Ademo Freeman.
And I'm Dio.
Dio's drinking water or something. Maybe vodka, who knows?
Iced tea.
Hey, Dio.
Bullshit.
So, and you know what that means. Plus, we've got callers. We can take your calls. 413-418-COPS gets you on the air, or you can send a Skype contact request to CopBlock Radio. That will be accepted, and then I'll put you on the air. You're going to sound so good, just like Caleb. Hey, Caleb.
Hi, Derek.
What's up?
Ademo.
Hello, how are you?
I'm much better now that I'm out of jail.
That's right. Isn't
Amen.
that a great feeling?
What about
Woo,
John
we've all had that. We've all had that. You know.
Yeah. What did you call it? The free range.
Yeah, I was
prison?
just gonna say, welcoming back to the free range. The feeling of being in the much larger open air prison.
Yeah, the
is,
bigger prison.
Right, is much
The
better.
bigger prison. Yeah, it's a lot nicer. The air in there really sucked.
Oh, it's awful.
Well,
It's all recycled spikes.
well, that and the snoring. The snoring just,
Oh, you had a cellmate who snored? Terrible.
had 24 of them. There was me and 23 other guys in this one place. Really good guys for the most part, but
That
man,
sucks.
I've
Sorry.
always met really good people when I was in jail. It's really weird
So-
because I think most people think when they drive by those places that they're just full of like assholes, but they're full of really good people who are
Yeah.
just getting shafted by the man.
That's true. And hey, we probably are all familiar with why you were there, but do you want to share that for the listeners so they don't think you like shot up a 7-Eleven?
No, I've got to be really careful what I say. I'm under orders.
All
I'll
right.
just leave it at that.
Okay.
Leave it light. I went to jail for what I would describe as being a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
I was convicted of not dropping off my son. There's an internet video that mine is now down, and I can't even elaborate as to why, but there are others that have uploaded the video.
Right on.
I went to jail. It was the very first time I'd ever been arrested. I was arrested there in a court, and it was not a pleasant experience. It was really cool to talk about the message of liberty and freedom to people. I even brought up the name CopBlock with some of the guys in there.
Right on.
Right.
Did they recognize it?
No, that was just it. They didn't, but I had a complete audience. It was really nice to talk to guys that were basically in there for the most part victimless crimes. It was really cool to talk to them about, CopBlock or filming cops, or like they had a big, wow, this I've never heard of this. This sounds something like I'd be interested in. It was cool to talk to them about it.
Yeah, I've had similar experiences. There's been 3 or 4 times when I've been in jail where I find myself either at a table with people surrounding me and I'm talking about things my last stint in jail in Manchester would be in the yard. It was during summer, and so it's not really a yard. It's more of a concrete wall with no roof, and you just sitting there. And
and I'll add to this, the coolest part, beyond talking to fellow inmates who were in there for, like I said, for the most part victimless crimes, was the guards and or the sheriff's deputies who were guarding us. And I became a trustee. I was able to work outside and get transported in a van and go paint another jail, which was incestually kind of ironic. But the guards that actually talked to me and they heard about my story, I don't know if it's from other inmates or fellow guards, they said, hey, and one of them in particular named David Conrad, Deputy Conrad, he even told me, hey, Caleb, I watched your 72-minute video and
no way,
you don't deserve to be here.
Wow.
Oh, how did that make you feel?
Well, it was humbling. It was nice to be able to reach out. This guy, he was a former combat veteran, back in Vietnam. He was a Green Beret, and he had a bunch of other badge titles. And I was, when you're in that situation, you can't just go all off, complete anarchist and say, blah 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 blah. You can't.
Sure, you can.
Can't
They'll
do
just
that.
look at you like you're crazy.
Motherfucker, go tell somebody.
Yeah, you reach out to them on. I won't say their level because that's demeaning. And I don't think you win friends, but you reach out to where they are in their life, and you just start asking questions and stating facts. And it was really cool that he came back and told me that. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a similar. Like I didn't have one guy say that I shouldn't belong there, but me and this CO, and like you said, you can't really like go like level 5 anarchy or liberty on them because like they'll just lock you in their cell and they'll be mad. But like these little things, and I did 92 days, and like 2 or 3 days before I left, he was the first shift, the day babysitter, and he's like, I don't really agree with most of what you said, but I tell you what, like I got respect for you. You did it, you took it on the chin, and now you're gonna go home and probably do more of this crazy stuff. But he's like, again, and so I think like, who knows? That's 2 years ago. Maybe that guy was still putting his ear to some of the things that I do, and maybe coming around, maybe not, doesn't really matter, but at least that, in those 92 days, he's like, I was like humanized to him, I guess. He realized I'm not a bad guy, and that I'm just doing what I believe is right, Yeah,
exactly. You planted seeds. And I for a while there, during the transition in my life and coming from, statism, minarchism to anarchism, I wanted to go all gung-ho, and I've learned that you just don't win. There's an old saying that you win more, you get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. You take the soft approach, and it worked in my case, and in Ademo, sounds like in your case too. Maybe that CEO went home and thought, started Googling some things, asking questions. Maybe this guy really didn't deserve to be here. Why am I employed by my employer?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, he was heavily embedded, but it is interesting how far planting a seed can go,
Okay, moving on past planting seeds. Derek, you messaged me, and I told you why I want to call in. I just want to, how do we put this? Talk about the obvious. Ademo, you and Josie Wales, the lovely Josie Wales, announced via the interwebs publicly that you are now in a relationship. That being said, it is obvious that you are roommates with the one and only Christopher Icantwell, and I'm just really, really, really curious what Thanksgiving is going to be like this year.
Derek, wedding songs. This is hilarious.
So go ahead, Ademo. What's it going to be like?
Oh, just like this song. I mean, doesn't everyone feel like dinner happening, the turkey on the table, the candles?
Your drunk Uncle Dio passed out in the corner.
Well, as long as we're going with the wedding music. Well, I appreciate the beginning of it and the support. And yes, I am in a relationship, I guess, with another known liberty-minded individual. Thanks to social media. I guess the second part is like, I don't know what Thanksgiving will be like. I don't know if I'll be here. I have plans to like travel and do some things. Josie's in Pennsylvania, and of course we want to spend some time together. So who knows how that'll all pan out. I think spontaneously it'll.
I wasn't being literal with Thanksgiving.
Well, I was avoiding the question by taking it literally.
We all know what's going on in the relationships, here and there. Me and you, or Josie and you, or Josie and Cantwell, or you, or Cantwell and you. Just come on, cut the crap. It's funny to watch, man.
Well, I know it's hilarious. I guess I don't like. It should be a reality TV show, right?
Yeah, I'd
What is going on in the world of quote unquote celebrity? Stay tuned next week to find out who will talk trash behind the
Hey, Ademo, don't go all politician.
Hey, Caleb, thanks so much for the call tonight.
Love y'all.
Rock on. You can dial in like Caleb did by sending a user request on Skype to CopBlock Radio or dial 413-418-COPS.
If you want to move to the free state and you're looking...
Hey, thanks, Caleb.
Oh, boy.
That was really fun.
That was fun. Thanks, man.
Hey, Derek, I'm going to try to switch
Take care.
connect here and cook up there, okay?
You gonna what?
I'm going to try to connect through to go through Google Chrome instead of Firefox.
Okay, that sounds good.
See if it makes it any better here. So.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
I'm going to disconnect this one now.
Okay.
Demonstrating to the entire country.
Yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market, making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
The three most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month
work better.
at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
I just said maybe this will work better.
Are you tired of governments around the world killing innocent people? Stop using their money.
I just said maybe this will work better.
Bitcoin is a stateless, free market,
It seems to be a lot less choppy.
non-political currency. Bitcoin is money that cannot be inflated or controlled by any state. By continuing to use their money, you're perpetuating the killing. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available to you now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. It's weusecoins.com.
If you can't listen to the Liberty Radio Network's internet streams, free satellite channel, or radio affiliates, no worries. You can listen to LRN.FM from any phone, anywhere. Add this number to your phone: 213-493-0309. It's a long-distance call, so make sure you're familiar with your phone's calling plan. The Liberty Radio Network listen lines are locked into our stream 24 hours a day. Call 213-493-0309. That's 213-493-0309.
If you're looking for work, the person you are applying to may be even more nervous than you are. And the way things are now, your references have never been more important. Here are 3 tips. First, know that employers are checking. Every hire is under the microscope these days. Second, they won't just be checking references you provide. Figure that all of your ex-employers will get a call and be asked, would you hire him or her again? again. Third, assume you will be Googled. So before you apply, remove all those party animal photos from your Facebook page. Even if you're not in the job market, effective communication skills have never been more important, with money and attention so scarce now. For more tips for job seekers and getting better results in all your day-to-day communication, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
Welcome back to CopBlock Radio. It's Derek J here.
It's the Ademo Freeman.
And it's Dio.
And we'll take your calls about anything. We were talking in the last segment about Ademo's love life. We started out talking about CopBlock Protection, which is a very exciting project that's just gotten off the ground floor again for the second time. We gave it a round one, round two.
Yeah, we're giving it a round two, a little cleanup, a little more. It's 2 years old, so we got to bring it up to date.
Yeah, and it's an exciting project, just basically a recap to publicize stories. Like, there's tons of stuff that happens to people, victims of police abuse, but they don't have an outlet or a way to really publicize what happened. Well, there's one surefire way to get eyeballs on your situation, and that's CopBlock.org.
Yeah, and the various social networks and means that we utilize to, win in the court of public opinion, as I call it. And so in a 1 week, Derek and I are pushing for next Wednesday to launch that. We'll achieve that goal, and everyone will see more then and hopefully sign up.
So I want to turn next to a news story. Speaking of things to publicize, Detroit cop who killed 7-year-old Ayanna Stanley Jones walks free. What a douchebag. Here's the story. Apparently, after 2 hung juries, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office has decided not to retry the police officer who killed Ayanna Stanley Jones in a raid gone horribly wrong 4 years ago. You may remember this story. Dio, do you remember this one?
Yeah, I remember it. I remember the scumbag.
So Detroit police officer Joseph Weekley, age 38, shot and killed the sleeping 7-year-old with an MP5 submachine gun as he led a SWAT-like team into her home in search of a murder suspect.
And I don't know if they tell it. I'll just interject here quick. It was the right house, wrong apartment. The place they should have raided was the upstairs, and this young girl was in the downstairs.
That's right. Weekley was indicted more than a year later and has been tried twice before in Stanley Jones' death, both times resulting in mistrials. Well, that's really weird to me. Why would they result in mistrials? Do you think there's so many people on the jury who are like, well, he's a cop, can't do any wrong?
Well, I don't know the exact reasons, and I don't know.
Because mistrial. Wait a minute. That's when a jury is not in. They don't all agree.
Well,
they can't pick.
And if that's the reason for the mistrial, that it was a hung jury, then so.
Oh, but it could have been other things like bad evidence,
like, yeah, hey, somebody said something they weren't supposed to say, or a motion was granted for a certain line of, I don't know. There's a number of
some of the evidence or something.
Well, prosecutors maintain that the officer was negligent and reckless and didn't follow proper protocol on May 16, 2010. They maintained that Weekley, who is part of the elite special response team, broke protocol in shooting little Ayanna. Gee, you think that's not part of protocol?
Yeah.
And officers from this unit testified to this in court. Apparently, your finger is not supposed to be on the trigger of your gun unless you have identified and intend to fire at your target.
Right, and this infuriates me because, oh my gosh, like such a small thing. Like, first of all, and you're talking about like guns and using guns, it's probably a bad idea not to have your finger on the trigger. Like if you're actively, from a gun to tactical standpoint. But to me, that is so far removed from the issue, which is they shouldn't have been raiding this house to begin with. This is the elite force, as they say, and they didn't even have the right freaking address. They didn't have the right intel or smart to realize that the guy was upstairs, not downstairs. And then, to use a flashbang and put a bullet in this girl's skull. He didn't shoot her in the foot. He didn't accidentally, misfire his weapon because his finger was on the trigger. A bullet went through this girl's skull, a 7-year-old skull. Like, he was aiming at her.
He aimed.
Exactly. He put, he was elite. He's not elite when he can't get the right address. He wasn't elite when he was not following the protocol. But all of a sudden, when the bullet hits the head, he's got his elite skill back.
And now he's elite.
The little girl's eye.
At trial, Weekly claimed he didn't know his gun had fired or had hit Ayanna in the head as she slept beneath a Hannah Montana blanket on the couch with her grandmother.
He doesn't even know his gun went off. What the?
He also testified that Ayanna's grandmother, Myrtilla Jones, grabbed for his gun, causing him to pull the trigger.
Oh,
you just shot my grandchild. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to, hey, what the hell?
Jones denies this account and says she only reached for her grandbaby when the flash grenade crashed through her window. Regrettably, in Week's second trial in October, Judge Cynthia Gray Hathaway unexpectedly dismissed the more serious manslaughter felony charge against him, leaving him to face only a misdemeanor, recklessly discharging a firearm.
Oh, wow. Let's slap you on the wrist for murdering somebody.
Under the law, this decision cannot be appealed.
Oh, thank you, justice system, for providing justice. Hey, but we made our decision. Never again will you question it.
Prosecutors were baffled by the judge's move because during Weekly's first trial, the judge ruled the opposite way when the cop's attorney, Steve Fishman, tried to make the same motion to garner a dismissal of a manslaughter account. In a statement, the prosecutor, Kim Worthy, released on Wednesday, she let the judge have it. Quote, you want to read this, Ademo?
Sure. Today, we personally inform the family of Ayanna Stanley Jones that we have made a decision that we will not be going to trial for a third time. That must have been tough to tell this little girl's family that they weren't going to go back to trial. They continue on to say, it is unfortunate that Judge Cynthia Gray Hathaway granted a direct verdict dismissing the felony manslaughter charge, leaving only the misdemeanor count of careless discharge causing injury or death. Under the law, her decision cannot be appealed, which is ridiculous, but they say that's just the date then. They will move to dismiss the case on January 30th. So,
Weekly remains on the job. This cop who shot Ayanna Jones will stay on the job and was not disciplined in any way by the Detroit Police Department.
Not disciplined, rewarded, put on paid leave. He left. I don't know how far he went, but he left his job. He left his home because shortly after, so a 48 hours crew, for those who haven't followed the story as long as I have, and I even missed these trial aspects, but when was it? A few years ago, they were a 48 hours crew. 48 hours is a police show where they try to catch people who have murdered people. It's a show out there to actually make you think that cops are like doing good things all the time. But really, like every episode, they rarely get these guys within 48 hours. They normally don't have to do much detective work other than like canvass an area and see who's going to see what and talk about who. But anyways, so this camera crew is with these guys. And so who knows if this would have even been this big of a deal if they weren't there. But essentially, they raid the wrong portion of the house. They throw a flash bang in there. The 7-year-old is startled, as well as some other people. A bullet goes through her head. And 48 Hours has video of this. And they were, I think they were threatened by the police or like this video up. And at first they were giving a little pushback. But so I don't even think the video's ever made it live to this day. I don't know if it was in these trials or not. But sometime afterwards, they charged this person, this officer, Weekly. And here we have another case of cold-blooded murder. They shouldn't have been in the house at all, and you should be held accountable for your actions. But yet, if you're wearing the right uniforms, if you have a shiny piece of metal, you get away with it.
We got more stories coming up. While we're on break, go over to our Facebook page, over at facebook.com/CopBlock. Click the like button and hover over it. Click Get Notifications. That way you get all the updates.
Freedom Feeds with Michael Dean and his weird friends.
Mr. Michael Dean, and this is
You can always interrupt me whenever you want to.
I love that.
I hope you like it. If you don't,
oh, you didn't have to mute me.
What's that?
No, you can interrupt me whenever you want. It's radio. It works for me.
Yeah. Hey, when you got a good point and you're going, I'm gonna let you go.
Sounds cool with me.
Yeah, that was good.
9 to 5. Good point. Good point. The unemployed, the underemployed, the worried.
Okay, y'all. Now, if y'all are feeling a little worried tonight and you've got a hamster running around in your brain,
I'll interject when I need to.
solution for you. Just put your hands on your computer or your telephone, and the spirit of the fiends is going to come rushing right through, and it's going to heal you.
Listen on LRN.FM Monday through Friday, midnight to 2 a.m. U.S. Central Time, and weekends, noon to 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time.
Liberty activists around the country are starting to realize politics alone won't set us free. So what will? At Liberty on the Rocks, we believe the answer starts with living your principles, spreading ideas, and connecting with those around you. By starting a Liberty on the Rocks network, you can make a difference by uniting libertarian thinkers. Find out how much fun it is to build your local network from the ground up. Visit libertyontherocks.org today to get started.
Hey, we got a video of a postal worker who has to deal with some pretty tough dogs, but he doesn't shoot them. I thought I wanted to share this maybe with the audience if it's funny. We'll take a listen. Take a look.
I love it. You definitely have to share that with the audience.
Have you seen this before, Dio?
Beautiful.
Oh, she's a lucky dog.
Dio burn.
No, it's all right. She'll follow me. It's a... Oh, fair enough. She won't listen. You too. This dog coming up is a real nasty piece of work and would eat me the second he could get a chance. This is how I deal with him when he's inside the fence. Up, sit.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right? Ain't it?
This is the schmacko. Doggy likes schmackos.
He's a schmack guy.
First chance he'd get outside that gate.
Watch it. He'll go back now. He'll go back now.
What do you mean? He goes back to the same dog?
Spooky.
Yeah. Look.
See? No schmacko. Spooky go nuts. And this is Dixie. Hello. Hello, Dixie.
He like learns all the dogs. I don't know if a cop could really do this.
How cute.
I'm not saying they like aren't
asshole.
But they don't see all the
This dog
all the dogs
has not a
in their neighborhood.
gentle bone in its body.
Those dogs would all be shot if this were a cop.
He is an absolute prick of a dog. He's bitten me once.
He's a...
This little dog up here, his name is Wally. Hey, Wally.
All right. Well, I won't play the whole video, but we'll play a clip from it. I think the one with the nasty dog here. All right, we're coming back.
590267. What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Derek J. hosting CopBlock Radio live from Keene, New Hampshire, the Liberty Media capital of the world. We're here in Peace News Studios, and sitting next to me, it's
Ademo Freeman. And out there is...
And Dio.
Rock on. So Dio, during the break, we were watching a pretty funny video of a Australia or somewhere around there with the accent, and he does something kind of unique that you may recognize. Is this how police would deal with the local dogs in the neighborhoods? You know, we know that.
Hell no.
They're often accused of shooting dogs. They often do that, and postmen have to deal with dogs a lot more frequently than police. So this is how he handles it. He's got some good advice for the cops.
Dog coming up is a real nasty piece of work and would eat me the second he could get a chance. But this is how I deal with him when he's inside the fence.
Got some smackies for you.
All right, so he's got a treat for him. Not bad. And look, the dog is sitting. He commanded him to sit.
Schmacko.
And here he is.
Like schmackos.
Sure, the dog wants that treat.
Yeah, he's not going to bite his head off. Now here's, for comparison, here's without the treat.
Spooky. See, no schmacko.
Come on.
All right, and just to show that that's not just some one-off
Hello.
example, right? He's got some other dogs here, and they all know.
Good dog.
Yeah, this is like the awesomest mailman.
My neighbor's dog.
And would it be so hard for police? I mean, they carry everything else in their car. Why can't they
You
carry...
want to know the kicker, too? In the video.
That would freak me out. Look at that dog.
He'd be dead if this guy were a cop.
Prick of a dog.
At the end of the video, the postman goes, anybody who says that dogs don't like posties can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, well, anyway, you guys get the idea of this video. There is a way to deal with dogs and pets, you know, without shooting them.
Cops ain't got time for that. They got people to protect and serve the shit out of. I mean, they can't be burdened with your dog. I mean, if it's in a kennel, it might get out. They gotta shoot it.
Yeah.
Don't you see this, Derek?
Yeah. Well, just as an example, the fact that puppycide is even a word in itself is a tragedy.
Puppycide sounds like the cop, or excuse me, the dog. Like,
according to an independent research group, Ozymandias Media, a dog is shot by law enforcement every 98 minutes.
Holy cow.
Last year, the Free Thought Project reported on a slew of tragic dog shootings, including one department in Buffalo, New York, whose officers shot 92 dogs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was just from September. That was from January 1st, 2011 to September 2014. It's too many dogs.
That's way too many.
We had incidents here in Ohio too, in Sandusky. I know for sure. A dog named Lucy was shot. That's what got the Peaceful Streets Sandusky movement started over there.
Buffalo and Sandusky, they're not isolated incidents. This happens all over.
No. Yeah.
They're a canine cop block, so it shows that somebody out there with their ear to the cop block brand has thought that would be of importance.
In Southwest Florida, for example, News Press discovered 111 instances of dog shootings among multiple agencies between 2009 and 2012, representing about 37 per year.
I mean, it'd be one thing if people were actually I don't see a lot of dogs running around that need to get shot, but what are these dogs getting shot? Are they like calls or like raids?
Some are, some aren't. Some are. The one in Sandusky, they were called out to the residents because the dog had gotten loose, and they were called to deal with it or to try to find.
They were calling the cops to catch a loose dog.
Well, they were actually. I think what it is was they were called to go find the owner, and have him take care of it, and before they could do that, bang, bang, bang.
Get that. We'll take care of it right now.
Yeah.
This is kind of creepy. Have you guys heard about this story? A New Orleans cop is suspended after being accused of writing with a victim's blood at the crime scene.
This sounds kind of creepy. It sounds like a little Dexter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. This story comes to us from Cassandra Rules of thefreethoughtproject.com. Cassandra writes, a New Orleans police officer and artist, oh, okay, well maybe that's why he was drawing with the blood, was suspended for 5 days after a hearing regarding an incident where he allegedly used a homicide's victim's blood at a crime scene to scrawl letters with his gloved fingers in May of 2014. His supervisor has received a 15-day suspension for failure to supervise since he verbally reprimanded the officer but filed no formal disciplinary action.
That's a little weird because normally the supervisor's getting a more severe punishment than the guy who's actually writing with people's blood. Weird.
Officer Charles Hoffaker is quite well known for his political and violence-fueled art, which he describes as follows on his website, quote, I use art to bring the violence I experience on a daily basis to the forefront of a more cultivated art world. Art to ignite reflection and artistic creation to spur a dialogue of resolution is the underlying purpose of pursuing this career. I find solace in the tradition of painting to both memorialize and reason my subject matter. That is so creepy and weird. Would this guy really? I mean, if you knew this, would you hire him? Like, if you were like taking applications and you looked at this guy's website. I mean, here's another quote. You have to physically go through the blood with rubber gloves and feel for any pellets or any evidence that might be concealed. It's a disgusting job, but that's what he was doing. That, according to
well, I'm sure he has to do that
attorney.
for his job, but it's. I mean, like, come on. Like, I really, it's like my biggest pet peeve, I think, well, one of them, that people who will lie to you directly over this. Like, I mean, seriously, man, you're writing A, B's, and C's, like, you know, you weren't just randomly wiping crap, and so, like, this is such a ridiculous argument.
And this can't continue unless other cops are just complicit and going along with it. I mean, so many times people say, oh, it's just a few bad apples, but this is another example where the whole department protects this guy. Seeing what this guy Hoffaker was doing, another officer approached him and said, quote, "Look, Charlie's painting something." Which
sounds like something you'd see in fucking Reno 911.
The officer claims his coworkers find him weird due to his artistic nature, and this was likely just a jab at him. The officer and his attorney maintain it was a coincidence that it appeared like handwriting and that he had not intended to write with the blood, yet played along at the scene by joking the other officers.
He had his, you know what it is? He had his MP3 player on his earphones, and he was listening to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it just came out in his hands, man.
Yeah, you know what he scrawled? The words H-E-L-P in blood.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
That's what he was writing?
Yeah, he wrote help. But he says it's just a coincidence. It just resembles the word help. He didn't really mean to write those letters in that order. His attorney also stated that Hoffaker doesn't, quote, want anyone in the family of the deceased thinking that he was being disrespectful in any way, or shape or form, or that he would ever have done anything to impugn the integrity of any investigation, I'm sure. Vice interviewed Hoffaker back in September prior to his recent suspension hearing and reported that the officer often buys signs off the city's homeless population and uses the cardboard to paint their portraits, and noted how Hoffaker is known for being more compassionate than most. All right, well, that's kind of cool. I'm not against that, but he's a weirdo.
If the guy is...
He's a weirdo.
The corpse is like, it's so disrespectful, it's like creepy, it's unprofessional, there's a number of things, and like if that is like, oh, the compassion, like, please.
It just goes to show the level at which they'll go.
Right? This is a Dexter dude, he's got a kill room somewhere, they need to raid his house. That would be funny too.
I want to know what the other officers say about him.
Yeah.
Badges.
This is Davi Barker from ShinyBadges.com, and I just want to personally apologize for airing a jingle week after week, month after month, that turned out to be such an infectious brainworm. So to make it up to you, I'm offering a free gift. The next time you make a purchase at ShinyBadges.com, write worms in the transaction comments, and I'll send you something.
Nice. Nice. Hey, Derek, I'll show you mine. Hold on. Wait. I gotta reset my camera.
Alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement, and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper, FPP News, at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc. As in Creative Commons.
Did you know that you can listen to LRN.FM 24/7 via our free-to-air satellite channel? From Mexico to Canada, our signal covers nearly all of North America. All you need is a view of the southern sky, an affordable receiver, and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you're a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage map and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm.
Ross Ulbricht was arrested by the FBI in 2013 and charged with victimless crimes in relation to allegedly operating the Bitcoin-based Silk Road black market. He has been in a prison cell awaiting trial ever since. If he did it, he's a hero for making the black market a safer place. If he did not, he's a man wrongfully accused. Either way, if you love freedom and want to end the war on drugs, Ross and his family need your support. You can learn more and help fund his defense at freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats and the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com.
Theo, you got anything you want to end on? Radio?
Shiny badges, shiny badges.
Every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys are having an impact, I believe. Like I said,
what?
A lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
Can't see what you're talking about.
Kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard it by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. You can help by joining the AMP program for just $5 a month at amp.freetalklive.com and getting perks. That's amp.freetalklive.com.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
CopBlock Radio, welcome back. We are live, and we're talking about police accountability. It's Eric J. in studio.
And Ademo Freeman.
And Dio, and I love that intro song, by the way.
Yeah, rock on. Who is that? Who is that
System.
song? System of a Down?
System of a Down, yeah.
Rad. Yeah,
I love System.
I think on LRN, CopBlock Radio probably has the best intro music of any of the shows.
Woo-hoo. No bias here.
Well,
just saying.
So, I got an interesting story that was posted to CopBlock's Facebook page. This is another video, so I'm going to do a... We'll just play the video, and we'll talk about it. The headline of this is 70-year-old veteran abused and arrested by power-tripping cop for walking with a cane. Here, this happened in Seattle. I don't know if you've heard this story yet, Dio, but this is news to me, so we'll take a listen. All right, coming from, I think there's probably some text on the screen at the beginning of this video here. Or actually, oh, dang, we'll have to narrate a little bit because they it sounds like they don't have any
no audio in this one.
Here's the dude walking.
Sometimes when it's dash cam video, it waits until there's an actual interaction before the audio kicks on. So.
All right, cool. That might be it.
Yeah, because right now we're witnessing just the cop like strolling down the street.
Yeah, but he's pulling right up. The guy I did a little preview of this video. So here's the guy coming with the cane. He's going to be at this stop.
The intersection here,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people, pedestrians in the crosswalk.
Oh, okay, here's the audio.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Charlie 3 will be checking inside. The door in the rear. Keep her as usual.
It looks like this is a July 9th, 2014 incident. So there's nothing unusual, I should point out, about a 70-year-old man walking with a cane.
Wasn't this guy deaf?
I don't know if this is the same video.
Oh, okay.
It sure is a possibility.
Yeah. All right, dude's sitting at a red light.
Yeah. He's doing his regular pirate duties, just patrolling around the city, looking for someone to extort. Where can I get some money? Is that guy doing anything? How about this guy? Oh, look, a guy with a cane. In
Yeah.
3.
Got him.
Yeah, there he is. He's gonna come harass this guy.
Book him, Dano.
His next stop. But just surfing around like a pirate in the ocean.
All right, here's our dude.
Oh, he pulls right over right away.
Can you put that down, please? Aren't you holding a golf club? Your golf club.
What about my golf club?
Can you please
What
set it
about
down?
my golf club?
Can you please set it down?
What's going on?
Set it down, please.
I know what's going on.
Put it down.
This is my golf club.
I'm not going to take it from you, but it's a weapon, so set it down.
I had this golf club for 20
It's a weapon.
Set it down, please.
She probably has like 8
I'm
weapons
not going to
on her.
ask you again. Set it down.
I've been walking with this golf club for 20 years.
Set it down.
Who you call somebody?
I am calling someone. Put your golf club down.
Call somebody.
You're being audio and videotaped.
No, you call somebody. I ain't done nothing to nobody.
You just swung that golf club at me.
What?
Yes, you did.
She's not even anywhere near him.
It was on audio and videotape.
I
Put it
didn't
down.
see anything.
We just watched him pull up.
Yeah, she
this
pulled
lady
up.
just pulled up. He didn't swing that golf club.
He hasn't moved a step.
And I like his first argument here. He's like, "This is my golf club.
Put it down.
He's not gonna tell me what to do."
Put it down. He's not even like pointing
You're
at
not
her.
free to leave right now. Please set it down.
No, you call somebody. I want to witness.
I want to witness. Good for you, man.
Videotape right now.
Why is she screaming?
Why did she even stop this guy?
I have a subject with the golf club.
Oh, great.
I have a subject with a golf club. We need help right away. Call back up.
Set your golf club down.
Put it down. He's swinging it around all over the street.
He might have
Talking to
taken
somebody else. He's not even paying attention to her anymore.
No, it looks like they just arrested him.
I'm going to ask you for, I don't know what, the 13th time to set your golf club down.
Not asking, lady.
If you do not set your golf club down, you will be subject to arrest for obstruction.
Is that guy recording?
Oh my
Is that guy recording behind him?
No.
Free to leave. You are not free to leave. Set your golf club down. Set it down. Set it down.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Come over here.
And here now the brutality is off camera.
Come over here.
No, they.
Over here.
I'm surprised she's bringing
Put
him
your hands on
over.
the car. Put your hands on the car. It's about you swinging the golf club at me at 11 and 5.
What?
Swinging the golf club at you.
What in the
Swing
hell?
that golf club at me when I turn the corner at 11 and 5.
Oh, and I just said so. It's not on video or anything. Now I'm going to take your phone. I'm going to take all the things out of your pocket. I'm going to humiliate you, ruin your day. You know, you were out doing something. You're 70 fucking years old.
Yeah.
Like, swung a golf club at her. I don't even know what that means. Like, it could have been, like, obviously she has no injuries.
Oh, look, here's backup. Is this guy embarrassed or what? Like, hey, sir, I'm here to arrest you for having a golf club.
He's probably not even that far along. He's probably like, well, I'm here.
Yeah, let me put my sunglasses on so I can hide my fucking eyes.
And I have to believe everything's okay. So just come with me.
Anyway, just kind of a crazy story. The end of that video is predictable. He ends up getting arrested. So there's not much more to that one. I just thought, too crazy. See, some of the things that you'll see if you subscribe to the CopBlock Facebook
I don't
page.
see any ID in here. Can you see if you can find
Oh,
some?
he doesn't have any slave ID. We don't know what his slave ID number is. We don't know if we are supposed to take him in or let him go back to producing things for us. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, so this man, apparently his name is William Wingate, and he has no criminal record. He was just walking down the street as he does every day. Here,
And he's been using this cane for 20 years. 20 years.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I know. this golf club / cane, you know. So like, he says it was out of the blue, and he was confused, and she's yelling. So yeah, like he's claiming that there was never a swinging of the golf club incident at all.
Drop the golf club.
Drop the golf club because it's a weapon.
This is infuriating.
Hold on, scroll up a little bit. But she's quoted as saying that on the video, Officer Whitlatch can be heard insisting that the recording would show Wingate swinging his golf club at her and hitting a stop sign with it. According to the SPT, there exists no video to back up this claim. Their own cops won't even support. Normally they'll be like, well, there was a problem, but like they're probably really furious with her over like acting so stupid.
They're like, lady, what the hell are you on?
Right. Yeah, it'll show you. Well, no, it won't. Well, obviously her camera is running. Her mic kicks in when her lights go on, but her camera is running the whole time. And so if there is no video, like it's because it didn't happen. It's not because there was a mistake. And so fired.
Definitely.
He should have never been stopped. And once he got to the precinct, he should have just been released. But apparently that's not what happened. He was booked into King County Jail on harassment and obstruction charges. He was held there overnight.
The one-nighters. They're awful.
An innocent man walking down the street on a beautiful day, deprived of his freedom because of a power-tripping cop.
It goes on.
Why is nobody filming? Why is just people just walking by like nothing's going on?
Yeah, I can't believe no one's filmed this or no one stopped. But
yeah, look at all these bystanders like, oh, I'll just let this guy get kidnapped. Hey, you know, whatever.
That's the mentality. It's not happening to me.
Well, I can understand like these people are like getting to work on lunch, but I'm not saying it's justified. But what is surprising is that they say here, well, one of these is surprising to me. The first thing that's surprising is that the chief actually issued an apology to this guy, even though it was 8 months later. It's still that you very rarely hear an officer actually apologize to them. But they credit, and this is what I think is important to CopBlock's message, that it was from the backlash from the community. So call floods, speaking out, and letting these guys know how you feel about their actions, like, is something that works. I think it is.
And then the bitch don't even help him in a goddamn van.
Physical interaction, or getting physically stopping the guys from arresting these people doesn't seem to be very useful tactic at this time.
And here he is being loaded into a paddy wagon.
And she doesn't even help him in the van. She's using the cane to walk.
No. When we get down to the jail, the van leans that way, so this way you won't.
Oh, they're really concerned about him falling over.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really concerned about this guy. You can tell because they're throwing him in a cage. Well, hey, anyway, that does it for this episode of CopBlock Radio. We'll be back with you again in just 1 week, every Wednesday from 10 to midnight at LRN.FM, or you can find the link at CopBlock.org on the front page. Until next time, this has been Derek J. with you.
And Ademo Freeman.
And Dio.
Rock on, Dio. All right. We'll catch y'all again next week. Until next time, badges don't grant extra rights.
Markets went into a frenzy today after the price of money suddenly skyrocketed to $90 a dollar.
Good one.